we have together as a global organization in supporting the UN Women-led campaign Orange the World. None of this would be possible without the support of our IIW Executive Committee, our board directors, our national representatives, and our Inuit United Nations representatives. So a very special welcome to you. Today's program will be guided by our Unite team members Prabha and Karina. But before we begin, I am truly honored to welcome a woman I deeply admire, a passionate advocate for women's rights, Director of UN Women Netherlands, Marije Cornelissen. I also want to extend a heartfelt welcome to Anuradha. A few months ago, I had the privilege of joining a Zoom where I first saw and heard Anuradha. Her story moved me deeply, and I know it will inspire all of you. We also invited, and unfortunately we only have limited time, so we only could invite a few members to talk about their inspiring planned activities. My name is Anita, and I am a proud member of Inuit the Netherlands and coordinator of the Unite team. Please let me introduce you to the incredible members of the Unite team. Yuxan, would it be possible to share the picture? The Unite team is short for Inuit Unite to End Violence Against Women and Girls team. This team came to life about a year ago, after our executive committee made a crucial decision to support the UN Orange the World campaign on a global scale. Today, the Unite team is made of passionate, skilled and committed Inuit members from all across the world. Each member brings their unique expertise, and I am very, very honored to work alongside them. Having a global team working on this global project is a true advantage. While many things connect us around the global, in a global organization like ours, our differences deserve attention and respect. And that is why our goal is to create inclusive tools that can be used by clubs everywhere. Tools that respect different languages, cultures, and audiences. We are here to empower you, our dedicated, creative, and dynamic members, with everything you need to participate in this global campaign, whether through your clubs, districts, or national governing bodies. The tools are available for you in our resource center. You're free to adapt them as needed in your own language and cultural context. Just remember to follow the basic guidelines for logo use and campaign recognition. After all, it is a UN-led initiative. After the 2024 campaign, we launched the idea of an awareness run or walk. And once again, the responses have been amazing. I was lucky to experience the energy firsthand at the European meeting in Croatia and the European rally in Denmark. I was at times truly overwhelmed by all the activity, the commitment and the warmth. This is the true power of Unite. It makes me so proud to be a member of Inuit. Thank you for your passion, your actions, and your dedication. I cannot wait to see what you create. And now I'm pleased to hand the screen over to our moderators, Karina and Prabha, your hosts for today's event. Thank you.
Anita, look what you have done with your speech last year in Manchester. Did you expect this? I think we are all here on the right path, and I send a warm welcome to all Innerwil friends around the world to our global Zoom to support this year's UN Women campaign Orange the World with Innerwil clubs from around the world. A special hello goes to my co-host Prabha. We'll be leading this Zoom today because our experienced friend Marlies can't rely on stable internet today, so it's on us. Prabha, shall we begin? What else do we need to explain beforehand?
Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a special shout out to those who are postponing their bedtime or got up at an unearthly hour to join us. The housekeeping rules are first, as always. Fellow Innoveel members, if you have not already, kindly add the name of your country first, then your name on Zoom. Please keep yourself mute at all times. Background noises are very disturbing for the speakers and listeners. Please do not put greetings on the chat when the speakers are giving their presentations. If you have any doubts, put your questions on the chat. We are keeping a watch and they will be answered. Over to you.
Now it's time to introduce our first speaker. A warm thank you and welcome to Marije Cornelissen, the Executive Director for UN Women's the Netherlands. Marije Cornelissen is an advocate and consultant for women's rights. She is a campaigner, trainer, and influential personality in organizational platforms and former member of the European Parliament. She has served in key committees on women's rights and gender equality and employment and social affairs. She will give us today an overview of UN Women's work. Afterward, we have a few minutes to answer questions from the chat. So please use the chat only to place questions that we have an overview and can answer the questions you have while Marije is talking. Marije, we are honored to have you as a speaker. Now you have our attention.
Thank you so much, Karina. And thanks to Thank Innoveel for inviting me here. I'm going to share my screen because I prepared a PowerPoint. Yes, can everyone see that now?
Yes, it's working. Thank you.
All right, so yeah, thanks much. I'm gonna try to keep within the time and am available for questions. I'll also put my email address in the chat later for any other questions you might have. So I'll tell you a little bit about the background of the Orange the World campaign. So yeah, I'll not go very much into this because we also discussed that last time, but the need for Orange the World was felt to be high already years ago because 1 in 3 women experience violence in their lives, and daily around 140 women are murdered worldwide. In some years it's worse, in some years a little better, but never much. And in some countries the situation is horrid. Around 90% of Afghan women, for instance, face violence in their lives. And in some countries, there aren't even any figures. So the framework within which UN Women works to combat gender-based violence are, of course, the Beijing Declaration of 1995, which is still the most progressive declaration that we have to work with. And in Europe, we also work with the Istanbul Treaty. So yeah, the start of the Orange the World campaign was in 2014, and it was initiated by UN Women, and we still coordinate the campaign globally. And it was also adopted by the Secretary General of the United Nations, which was also to give it more legitimacy and to get more countries' governments to participate. So at first in 2014 and a couple of years after that, it was mainly governments that were engaged. And as you see this in this picture, Egypt was one of the first to get engaged. And I think almost every year, the Sphinx and the pyramids are lighted up in orange. So this was already in 2014. After that, more and more civil society also got engaged, and it has grown to a worldwide campaign in over 100 countries. And orange has nothing to do with the Dutch royalty, but everything to do with a rising sun in a future without violence. So yeah, there's been an international theme every year, which is usually announced around half September. For this year, it's going to be cyber violence, because yeah, that is a form of violence that so many, especially young women, are faced with, and that still has too little attention. So to gain awareness for that, this is the theme of this year. In the Netherlands, though, we always choose our own theme because we have to know by March or so. So the international theme is far too late for us, and then we try to integrate it a little bit. So yeah, the goals of the Orange the World campaign are first and foremost to create awareness about the prevalence of gender-based violence, to support organizations that prevent and stop violence, to lead advocacy towards governments, which is also what we do in the Netherlands, towards the national government, but also towards local governments. And for us, also important is to raise funds for the prevention and elimination of violence. And this goes mainly through the Trust Fund to End Violence. This is the only globally working fund to finance grassroots organizations in over 100 countries. Around 4% of applications that would be eligible can be funded, because yeah, even though it is the largest and the only worldwide working one, it is still really, really small compared to the daunting challenge of eliminating violence. But yeah, it helps millions of women across the world and is active in very many countries. So this is what we fundraise for. And so in the Netherlands, we started this unique cooperation, and this was actually by chance. So our National Committee of UN Women in the Netherlands was founded in 2016. I'm one of the founding mothers. And we, by chance, met Zonta in 2017, because we were both in Rotterdam, where the famous Erasmus Bridge was lighted in orange. We asked the municipality to do that, and they did, which was really nice. And Zonta is very active in Rotterdam, so yeah, they came to this lighting ceremony, and then we decided to work together. The Soroptimists joined in 2018 and are still really active. And I think, yeah, in 2023, multiple organizations joined as well. So by now, we have 7 partner organizations in the Netherlands who have a combined membership, I think, of around 30,000 women, which for our small country is rather a lot. So each of these organizations has a national coordinator, and together we form a coordinating team. And all these organizations have local working groups. So I think there must be around 2,500 women active in all the 300 municipalities of the Netherlands at this moment, trying to prepare for the campaign. The local working groups engage their municipalities. We, as UN Women, invite all these municipalities, and they light loads of buildings and landmarks up in orange and organize debates and film viewings and all kinds of things. Local working groups are also inclusive, so even organizations that aren't national partners do work together at local level, like migrant women's organizations or shelter organizations. And yeah, there's around 350 activities in the 16 days in the Netherlands now. And I think that is a record. There's no country in the world that has more. Yeah, so we have a dedicated website, orangetheworld.nl, and there we have a map where people indicate where their activities are going to take place. As UN Women, the Netherlands, we coordinate and we provide the theme and the materials. And then clubs and organizations and municipalities work together to implement those. And yeah, thereby our national budget for the whole campaign, and that is including everything, is €6,000, which is around $7,000. And we have a reach of about 10 million people out of the 18 million that we have in the Netherlands. So I think it must be the most cost-effective campaign ever. By now, cooperation is starting to globalize. So what we started in the Netherlands is now going global. So Zonta has their global Zonta Says No campaign and is starting to work with UN Women more. Soroptimists, they now choose a theme, and I believe that the Istanbul Convention is their theme in Europe now for Orange or for combating GBV. And yeah, the contacts of these clubs with UN Women differs a little bit. And also the cooperation between different clubs tends to differ a bit. So in some countries, Zonta and Soroptimist don't really work together really well. And but in others, it's very amicable. So we're hoping that the model of Dutch cooperation could also work in other countries. And we're at a bit of a crossroads of expanding the campaign now. So we want, we love more cooperation and more inclusion of as many civil society organizations as possible, but still recognizing that this is the campaign of UN Women. And yeah, I think in a wheel for making that very clear. So yeah, in the Netherlands, we have our own theme, and that is also fine. So to see what is most relevant where you are. Ours now is local action because we have municipal elections very soon. So that is why we chose that. Yeah, so a little bit about UN Women. We have a headquarters in New York for now, because there's talk of moving that to Nairobi. There's 13 national committees, of which the Netherlands is one, and we have 60 field offices, country offices and multi-country offices, from which activities happen in around 90 countries. And yeah, almost, really all these organizations are involved in the Orange the World campaign in some way. National committees do fundraising and advocacy, while the field offices aim for awareness, and they carry out projects in the field. Now, national committees, I talked to them 2 weeks ago because we had our global meeting of national committees in Bonn at that time. And so I told everybody about In a Wheel and your plans, and they're really eager to be contacted. And I will put a link with contact information in the chat later. So yeah, these are the countries that have national committees. So I'm hoping that if you are from one of these countries, you might contact them and work together. So yeah, they're really different in size. I think, yeah, Iceland, Australia, and Finland are the biggest. And the Netherlands, Italy, Austria, Spain are completely volunteer driven and much, much smaller. So in that sense, it differs. We're all understaffed, so can use all the help that we can get in oranging our countries. And then, of course, quite a number of you would be from field office countries. And also they would be very happy to have a relationship with In a Wheel. And you could really make a difference there, because UN Women is a UN entity, but we are grossly underfunded. There's so many countries that give little to nothing to women's rights. Saudi Arabia, for instance, gives 20 million per year to UNICEF and 0 to UN Women, and there's a number of countries like that. So yeah, we have very little funding, but do try to do so much work. So any help is really really very welcome. Yeah, I'm almost there. So yeah, just to say that Orange the World really makes a difference. And so we have this really increasing reach. I think in 2016 we reached 100 people with our message, and in 24 it was 10 million. But we also helped set up Lila.help, which is a global website where every woman experiencing violence can find the nearest help. And yeah, we support programs to engage youth. And what we always find extremely important is engaging men and boys. And this is going to be our central theme for next year in the Netherlands as well. And yeah, so I heard that you are doing a walk, of course, a global walk. And so we also supported a couple of years ago a walk in Sierra Leone. I don't know whether there's anybody off Sierra Leone, but there's a man there called Hindelo, and he walked 837 kilometers through the inner lands of Sierra Leone, stopping at every village and washing the feet of women to say sorry for what men do to women, and educating boys at all local schools that he passed. So that really made a difference, and I'm very glad that you are also going to be walking for awareness. So yeah, you can help by contacting the UN Women chapter where you are, by helping to fundraise for projects, by perhaps crowdfunding your walk. I know that UN Women Australia is already did a walk last year, and that might be able to merge by raising awareness, by cooperating and engaging other organizations, because if Inner Wheel the Netherlands is any example, then you all have humongous networks as Inner Wheel ladies. And by helping convince regional and local authorities to engage, and by engaging your husbands, brothers, sons, and the men that you love to be allies. And that was it.
Thank you, Marije. That was really impressive. And I think one big message is to all of us right now. Reach out, check if you have a UN Women group in your country you can support. Get in contact with them. That's so important that you get all the information. Once again, Inner Wheel is supporting the UN Women campaign. It's not our Inner Wheel campaign, it's the UN Women campaign. And we are very proud that we start such a huge thing, because I always, when I meet friends and talk about that, feel the spirit of Inner Wheel, that this is the right thing to do. We can help, and it's in our hearts, it's in our DNA. So let's go for it. So I handle over if some of our team members got some questions in the chat while Marije was talking. Are there some questions to Marije, please?
One, maybe she could answer. Unique cooperation sounds wonderful. How is it funded?
Not well. What we do, so Soroptimists and Zonta each pay €1,000 for the national coordination, and all the other partners pay €500 per year. So that makes up the €6,000 that is the global, the national coordination sum. And we do everything from that, and otherwise it's just voluntary work. So loads and loads of hours spent by a large group of volunteers.
Thank you. Thank you. The other questions, they are general, not to Marije. So we will take it at the end.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you.
So Marije, thank you so much. Your comments were very interesting and helpful in putting our support into context. Thank you for taking so much time for us. I promise we at Inner Wheel Worldwide will do our best to support this UN Women campaign. I'm so deeply impressed about that. And for sure, for more than a year, I'm very deeply in that as well. But now Braba has another highlight for us. Braba, who would you like to introduce us to?
Yes, Karina, thank you. I present before you our next speaker, Anuradha Das. It is my honor to introduce you to a woman whose life is a living testimony of resilience, hope, and transformation. Today, Anuradha stands not as a victim, but as a voice, a movie producer, accomplished writer, life coach, counselor, and humanitarian. She has dedicated her life to using her story to bring healing, her platforms to spark change, and her heart to uplift those in need. I think when she speaks to us, we will know more about her journey. Anuradha, may I request you to address this gathering of Inner Wheel members from around the world?
Thank you so much, Prabhaji. And thank you so much, Miss Anita. And wonderful to hear from Marije. And thank you for Karina for, facilitating everything. I'm so privileged. Without mentioning my good friend's name, I cannot start speaking, who actually got me this introduction to Innovate as a speaker is my friend Manisha. I hope she's there and listening.
Yes, she
Thank you
is.
so much. Thank you so much for this privilege. Thank you for trusting me. And she's been a good friend and supporter. Even in my deepest, darkest hours, she would always tell me that you will be successful. It's in you. So I truly believe that having good friends in life and a platform like Inner Wheel, when people are supporting each other without any condition, I think it's an amazing work Inner Wheel is doing all over the world. And I got this privilege few years ago to be part of Inner Wheel. So it's a divine appointment for me how I met and I got introduced to Inner Wheel by one of my friend, and now I'm part of it. So starting with my journey, because I would try to make it really quick. And also, I would pray that with my heart that somebody should be inspired today. And I want to tell you that my story is like the rise of Phoenix. After completely destroyed, it rose again. I'll start my journey from my birth. When I was conceived by my mom, because I was an unwanted baby. They didn't expect me to come. So I kind of got rejected even from the womb. And then when I was born as a girl child, many of the people who do not know about India and the dowry system, my father was a very honest man and he did not have a lot of extra money. So when I was born as a girl child, his first fear at my birth was now I have another daughter to give dowry to. So he did not see me for 8 months. So my journey started with a lot of rejection. Though my father loved me the most later on, but for 8 months, my sister had to hide me when he would come back home. Because if I'd cry, if I want to go to him, he would just not like it. So then I grew up with a very unpleasant home, though my father was a state topper in engineering, educated man, but there was no peace at home, and my siblings were all out studying. So I was practically very alone. So I started looking for love outside. So this is my first encouragement to all the women. Tell your girls that they are beautiful. Tell your girls that they don't need love outside. And a healthy home. A healthy home is the pillar of strength for a girl. Because if a girl sees men and women like father and mother fighting, sibling fighting, that is the time they start to doubt themselves. Sometimes we don't realize when we are fighting. Uh, the child thinks that I must have done something wrong. That is why my parents fighting. And that's where I grew up, looking for love outside, made wrong choices. And let me tell you that when you do very wrong choice in a very early age, that sets the course of, a very struggle life ahead of you. So tell your girls that they are beautiful, they are unique, and whosoever they are, like short, long, whatever nose they have, whatever eyes they have, they are beautiful. Mother needs to, all the mother needs to tell the, you need to tell your daughter, my mother never told me that I'm beautiful. It's only when she lost her mind because of dementia, and I met her after many years. She said, "You're so beautiful. Who's your mom?" I felt so sad that I waited all my life to hear that. So this is the first thing. Your daughter should feel secure at your very home. That's the foundation. And second, after being rejected by men and people, I was pretty naive when I started my business at a very early age, and I was cheated by many men. So the men who supposed to protect me, I was defiled by them. So when Mariah said, uh, engaging men, I totally agree. Men, all the brother, sister, husband, and everybody in the home, a male member should be engaged to take care of the woman right at home. I totally agree with her that last word when she said engaged men. I totally agree with you because father, brother, and the siblings, they need to assure the girl that you are really appreciated. And in India, many of you may not know that there are states in India where if you figure out that you have a girl in your womb, they abort the baby. And some of the children are left in the dumpsters, and some of the children are killed, buried alive. Girl children are buried alive in many parts of India still. So this is what I faced as a teenager, as a early 20s, and I was defiled by every man who was supposed to protect me. So I developed this anger against men, and of course, I never could trust anybody. And finally, I happened to get married. This is where I would tell you about my domestic violence story. So I got married, I started to have babies, and uh, I was a public personality by then. And I had to really hide my own wounds because I had to learn makeup to hide my face, the bruises I would have because I was on TV. I was a public speaker. Every weekend I had to speak and pretend that everything is all right, everything is okay. And I learned how to do makeup during that time. So, one hand, I was looking very successful woman and with a very nice family life, and in the other hand, I was struggling. And I would not blame my ex because he developed schizophrenia after we lost a child. So it was not easy, but I blame the sickness, and I learned to forgive him. And when we lost the child, when he held the dead boy, he freaked out. He stopped believing in God, and he blamed me and said, I killed the child because I was always in public service and I did not take care of my health. I couldn't realize all the symptoms and all that. And he blamed me. He hated me. After that, it was hell broke loose in my life, and things just went bad to worse. And I held on to the marriage because I had lost my father many, many years ago when I was very young, and I had no connection with my family. So the only family I had was my husband. So I held on to the marriage for 13 years. And out of that 13 years, 11 years he didn't work. I had to support my family. And 8 years he was clinically proven schizophrenic. I was so desperate to just hold on to my marriage that even after he was diagnosed, I had two more children with him. Total, I have five pregnancies in 10 years. And 4 children are with me. One died. Just to please him, I went through pregnancies 2 times more, thinking that if I give birth to a son again, he will accept me. I am very blessed to have 3 girls today, but then he wasn't happy. So the 2 times later on, after the son died, when 2 times I gave birth to girl children, he left me in the hospital. He didn't pay for my bill, did not bring me back home. So it was such brokenness I would come back home with, because it was my fault that I gave birth to a girl child. And it was very, very painful. I did not sleep together with him for 10 years in the same house. We had different bedrooms, but for the world, I was looking okay. For the world, everything looked normal. I was the public speaker, inspiring thousands of people, thousands of lives were changing because I was speaking to them. And I was feeling like a hypocrite because I would come back home after my speaking engagements where I would tell the world that this is what it is and it's beautiful, do this, do that. And I'll come back home and cry. And this went on for many, many years. And I did not have the courage to come out of my marriage. Today, this is my message to you that if you're suffering in your marriage, you do not have to. You talk to someone, because for years and years I couldn't tell anybody. I was ashamed of my failure. I felt like it is my personal failure that I couldn't have a good marriage. Second, in India, right now I'm talking to you from United States. I live in Vegas, Las Vegas. But then that time in India, it was very, very shameful thing to have a broken marriage with 4 children. So I would think that how would I present these kids to the world without a father? And then how will I fulfill the need of the father? So I would never even think of breaking the marriage. I held on in spite of my physical abuse. First, it was emotional abuse. Physical abuse started 2020 to 2012, but I did not leave him till 2019. Is the day when he hit my son, he beat him to death. When I came back home, my son said, Papa, aaj mujhe maar dete. It's in Hindi. I'll translate to you because my son is so good. He would never complain against anybody. He said, Father would have killed me today. The moment I heard that as I was entering my home, I couldn't have the grace to stay with him anymore. I called my family, friends, I called the cops, and my friends said, we do not want to hear that you are dead, because if you are gone, who will take care of these 4 kids? And that's the day I decided, for the sake of our lives, I have to leave. And then I called his mother and I said, I'm so sorry that you have to take your son back, because in spite of his diagnosed being schizophrenia, I didn't want to give you your responsibility back. And I was not told, it was an arranged marriage. I was not told that he was sick from the childhood. I felt so betrayed. But I told my mother-in-law that please take him back. I cannot take care of him. I know that in this age, having a son like this back home, it won't be a nice feeling for you. But please take him back. I have to take care of these 4 kids and stay alive. So we ended on a very good note, though he didn't want to break the marriage. And of course, it was a shame for them as well. And once he visited me and he started beating us again. He just came for 2 days and started beating us again. And we had to hide. I had to hide in the washroom for 40 minutes before the cops came. And my children had to hide in the ground floor along with the servant for 40 minutes before the help arrives. So of course, it was hard, but I took a deep breath, took some months off, and I forgave because I blamed the sickness. Here, I know that the person was sick, mentally not stable. So maybe he was a wonderful man. Maybe he tried his best to have a good marriage, but he couldn't do it. I forgave him. I moved on. It was very hard because the school would ask for father's name even today. And even we had to apply for passport, they would ask for father. And it's a stress for a woman to face life alone. So after this, I'm thinking now I'm all by myself because I'm not going to get any property. I decided not to ask for property from them. Then I sat down one day after the separation and I said, what should I do now? Because all my life I felt that one day my husband will rise up and take care of me. By then I was a public speaker established, but then I had not stepped out of my comfort zone, my household. I was a work from home mom for 11 years where I was taking care of the family. So I had to step out. The first thing I looked at were my children. For them, I'm a hero. So I had to bounce back. So having children is not a liability. If you're a single mom, you're hearing me and you have children to take care, I have to tell you that your children are going to be your reward. They are your reward. Live for them. Live for them with dignity that you can leave some legacy for them. So I thought about it. I took few months and thought about it. If if I have to leave something for my children, what should I do? First, I started to talk to them about the cruelty of life because my mom never told me that there is a world outside to get you. She never trained me to face the world. I started talking to my children as if they're grown up and they're going to face the world without me successfully. So I started telling children that this is what life is. Your father is God now, and let's face life together. And my children have grown up so wonderfully. I live a very honest life with them. I tell them my struggle, I tell them my victory. We sit together, talk about everything. And they have grown up so much. One day I told my daughter, I'm so sorry that I'm busy here doing my studies and I'm not able to teach you. She said, Mama, don't worry. You're doing so many things that other mothers don't do. So if you are not able to teach us, it's okay. We have tutors, we have tuitions. So my children have grown up really well, but the decision had to start with me. I had to decide to bounce back. That's why I say it's rise of a phoenix, that I started from scratch. And then I decided that I'm going to be a voice for the people who are not able to speak. There may be so many people. So I came up with this idea to have a company registered known as My Precious Life that started working towards encouraging the society, humans, all humans, men and women both, mostly women. Then we had, when I was going through the lockdown period, I realized that all the people are on internet and Netflix. So I started a movie company known as Rising Eagle Production that produces movies based on real life stories, because I believe that everybody has a story that can inspire somebody. So many of the films that I make, they are based on real life, and they are inspiring movies. So I just finished my feature film here in Vegas, known as The Path, where I covered how a normal human being can be dragged to work, to become a criminal, and how with the right decision you can come and take the right path, because your path decides your destiny. So I'm working on my biopic now. It is 33 years and it's on Amazon. It's available on Amazon. In India, you can get it on Amazon. 33 years. So you can Google and search and find it. If you can order it, it'll be really wonderful a support for me. And that is going to be filmed here, both in America and in India. So I'm planning on that movie. And coming back to understanding that what is inside of you, the moment I decided to face my life, I always say face it to fix it. Because if you do not face, if you just put it under the rug, you cannot solve any problem of your life. You have to face it. If you're emotional, if you're broken, you face it. If you're feeling suicidal, face it and talk to somebody. If you're feeling depressed, I always say that if you're crying for more than 2 weeks, please talk to someone, because that's not normal. So having a platform, having a group of good friends, having a group of good people in your life who can tell you that you can do it. Sometimes it's not the money that you need. Sometimes it's not the gifts, and of course we all like, women all like diamonds and gifts and everything, but then sometimes it is just the word that you are doing well, keep doing it. That is more than enough for a woman. So I started these fashion shows where Manisha was part of. She worked for me for suicide prevention, and then became judge for the next one when I did for domestic violence. And I want to tell you that I decided that a woman, if she can pause for the cause, she can change a life. So we call it pause for a cause. Stop and listen to somebody around you. You might as well save a life, because if you pause and listen to what they're going through, that will be enough for that person to gain strength. Because we're so busy that we do not pause to listen to people. So by just listening to somebody, you can save a life. That's the campaign we're running for last 5 years. We just finished our fifth edition of fashion show, and it was based on addiction. And here I'm doing my first fashion show in Vegas on 18th of October. If you're around, please join me in person. That is based on suicide prevention. So there is a group of ladies, 16 of them are going to walk for suicide prevention. I want to raise a voice to encourage the women to become the light in this world, because women are wired so beautifully to the divine, the universe, that you have so much of potential in you that you can change a home, you can change a community, you can change a nation. You have so much of potential in you. Why God did not give the womb to a man? Because only woman could have done that. The nourishment is in you. So rather than, this is my encouragement to you, rather than spending time thinking, speaking about who is doing what, invest your time preparing your own self, nourishing your own self. When I hit the rock bottom, I had a choice to be bitter or better. I chose to be better. I said, I'm going to invest my time not complaining about my mother in law, my in laws, and the ex who couldn't cover me, couldn't protect me, couldn't give me what I needed. I'm going to invest my time improving me. And in last couple of years, I have achieved so much that I couldn't achieve in rest of my life, because my perspective changed. 19th of 18th of June 2019, I had a near death experience. I passed out. I was taken to hospital. In the meantime, I was not alive for some time. And in the hospital, I realized one thing, that everything is going to be left behind. And if I died today, what did I leave behind? What is the legacy I left behind? So that revelation brought so much of detachment to the cause, the things of the world that are not important. My priorities changed, and I lived in a way from that very moment, from that hospital room, in a way that I can make my life count and make every day count. I stopped wasting time. And in last couple of years, I have written 25 mini books for self-help. Few of them are on Amazon. I finished registering my seventh company this year. Three of the companies are in US and four of them are in India. And I have seen so much of productivity after that, because I'm the same person who felt like a victim all my life because of my rejection from home to the time I had a failed marriage. So I felt like a victim all the time. But the change in perspective, just a decision, a simple decision to bounce back and make the life count, because one day I'm going to go away. I don't know whether I'll come back in a different form, more incarnation. I have no idea. I have only one life. I have to make it count. And this is my encouragement to all of you. Your lives are precious. Your lives are precious. No matter what you have gone through, that will never control your destiny. That will never control your future if you decide to face it, if you decide to fix it, because the change that you're waiting for, it's in your own hand. You have the key. Nobody else from outside is going to come and do things for you. You have to get up with humility, march towards success. And this is all I want to say.
Thank you so
Please watch
much.
my TV program that is known as Victorious Living. It's on YouTube. You all can, love it, like it, share it. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
Prabhaji.
much. Thank you. Thank you, Anuradha. And yes, her message carries beyond borders and it empowers women, children, and communities because she has been a woman of extraordinary courage and vision and has made her own life, created a change in her own life. Thank you so much, Anuradha. And moving on, while planning this meeting, it was felt that it would be wonderful to have inner wheel speakers from different continents speaking about their plans. I have to admit, interacting with these members made me more enthusiastic and reassured that our efforts will create awareness. First up, we have our speaker from Australia. Julie Brofosky, currently IPP and NatRep for Inner Wheel Australia. She belongs to District A76. FNQ Tablelands is her club. She's been an Inner Wheel member for over 30 years, media administrator for 3 years previously to joining the executive as VP. She was there when their most important national project, cord blood research, started, and for her too, it is very important as to the members. Julie, we would like to hear from you. What are the plans for Orange the World? Over to you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Prabha and Anita and all the wonderful people on this team. I've been asked to share some ideas that Australia is looking at, and it's for the Orange the World campaign. Now, hopefully these ideas will inspire you to be involved and highlight the importance of the campaign. This year, we actually looked at how large the campaign can be and the importance of getting the message to the community about violence against women and girls. Because we want to make an impact, we have asked Tracy McLaughlin from the Swan Hill Club to help. The more people, the better. Through our conversation, Tracy let us know that the town of, and it's a small town in Australia, of Swan Hill already promotes Orange the World and has done so for a number of years. So this was step one. A spreadsheet has actually been set up to coordinate the information on the activities. Council members have been asked to be involved by being our eyes and ears. We are hopeful many clubs will be involved this year and relay their activities to either Tracy or myself. With Tracy's knowledge, toolkits and ideas for clubs and districts have been created. A resource link featuring 25 ideas for activities and a toolkit to help has been created. Our members in Australia can view these on our Inner Wheel Australia website. These templates have also been distributed to clubs and districts via email so that information can be recorded and coordinated. We are also sharing these resources with Anita as well, so that she might be able to put these together on the Orange the World website. Ideas have come such as park runs, awareness talks in schools and libraries, a painting competition, applying for grants from the local council to aid in the purchase of banners and posters, and also contacting the local police or victim support unit to encourage them to have a stand are among the suggestions to promote Orange the World. We have started contacting actually local councils, state governments, and even the federal government, asking them to light up as many government buildings as we can for the 16 days of activism. We actually have one as a definite and are keeping our fingers crossed to get more, with the ultimate one being the Sydney Opera House. A media release has also been written with the intention of it going out to media outlets across Australia a few days before the campaign begins. Our International Inner Wheel President, Kay, has been quoted in the media release. One of our members from South Australia has volunteered as she is able to organise the distribution of this media release. So we think this will be a very great start to this campaign. So everybody, let's get out there and orange the world. Thank you, Prabha.
Thank you, Julie. It's really heartwarming to see the ripple turn into a wave, and we look forward to pictures of the Sydney Opera House being orange. Thank
Keep the
you.
fingers crossed.
And now on to Asia, or should I just say Malaysia. I would like to present to you Anita Lee. Anita, a long-serving and passionate member of the Inner Wheel Club of Kuala Lumpur since 1996, has contributed significantly to the growth and unity of Inner Wheel Malaysia. She served with distinction as District Chairman of District 330 in 2012-13 and as an International Inner Wheel Board Director 24-25. Her steadfast commitment to friendship, service, and leadership continues to inspire members. We would now like to know about your club plans. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Prabha, for giving me this opportunity. And good afternoon to everyone. Okay, Orange the World 2025, Malaysia United in Action, Work for a Better Future. The Walkathon 2025 is organized by the Inner Wheel Club of Kuala Lumpur in partnership with members of District 330 and 331 Malaysia. Founded in 1949, we are 77 years strong. Supporting Orange the World Walkathon 2025 nationwide Malaysia are our district chairman, Gillian Astrop and Jane Labang from District 330 and 331. Why walk united? When all clubs from Malaysia come together as one united walkathon, we create a strong national statement, media visibility, and a powerful message of unity and compassion. Event details is 30th of November 2025. The impactful presence of a cabinet minister, a champion for women, a voice for the nation, is our guest of honor, the Honorable Nancy Sukri. She is the Minister of Women, Family, and Community Development. We rise to her call for action. Violence against women is not just a women's issue. It is a responsibility of the nation as a whole. We also intend to come to be recorded in the Malaysian record, which is actually the official authority for national achievement, who contribute significantly to society. We aim to bring a minimum of 1,000 participants to qualify for recognition. We have also corporate partnership to promote awareness and culture of workplace equality and respect. We have Texas Chicken, a popular family restaurant and a friend to the community. It has 102 stores nationwide, employing 2,000 staff. What we will have will be a 10,000 meal vouchers from them, Texas Chicken food truck at the event, in-store campaign. The first 100 customers wearing orange on 25th of November will receive a korma crepe as a treat. There's also digital and social media sharing our campaign story across their nationwide platform. Uncle Roger was our partner in 2024. Once again, we are doing it again with him. The Generasi Gemilang Foundation, this is post-walkathon to empower children through value-based education and to build a generation of responsible, respectful individual. Corporate partners like the Eclipse and Orange Drink. So the event highlight will be a 3 km walk through the heart of Kuala Lumpur, a car-free morning, flag-off ceremony, performances, orange theme celebration, leaflets in 3 languages. Participant will take home a t-shirt, orange the word tote bag, corporate partner sponsored items. On behalf of members of District 330 and 331, the Inner Wheel Club Kuala Lumpur extend a heartfelt appreciation to the Inner Wheel United team for stepping up to lead Inner Wheel globally. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was amazing and truly inspiring. I hope our members get motivated and replicate this wonderful model in their towns and cities. Karina, please take over and let us know whom you are going to call now.
Oh, yes. Wow. We've already heard so much interesting information, and we have even more to offer. I would like to introduce you to Debbie Iko. As District Chairman of District 912 Lagos, Nigeria, she's member of the National Board of Inner Wheel Nigeria. Before, she was editor and secretary of her district, and she was chartered president of her club, Inner Wheel Club of IKEA Metro, and they have big plans in the District 912. So the campaign will start. Debbie, will you tell us more about that?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Karina, Anita, Barbara, and all the coordinators of Orange the World. It's my pleasure once again to be here. And my name is Debbie Iko. Like you said, Karina, I'm from Ikeja Metro on the District 912, Nigeria. So I would like to start by saying that in our district, we have a few plans for Orange the World. First, it's going to be starting from the 25th of November, and it will run to the 10th of December. The world will once again unite for Orange the World to end violence against women and girls. So the global campaign reminds us that violence in any form at all, either physical, emotional, or economical, has no place in our homes, in our community, or our institutions. Our goal is simple, but very powerful. First, we want to raise awareness. We want to inspire action. We want to stand in solidarity with survivors. And this is how we plan to play our part. First, we're going to be meeting with religious leaders, pastors, imams of different religious gatherings, because I know that we are very religious people in Africa. And of course, we don't practice what we preach. Therefore, as women, we want to go to them. We have to go to them because we are not just talking to the women alone. We want to also talk to the men, because who are the people who violate the women? It is the men. So we want to carry it right there to their gates, and we want to carry it to their doors. We're going to be meeting with them. We also want to engage community groups like the market women, and also to professionals. We're going to be meeting with youth and parents, ensuring that no one is left out. Importantly, we'll be having a novelty match with the women of Rotary during the campaign. We will wear our orange color, and you know what that means? It's a color of hope and a future free from violence. We also planned dividing, we want to group our various clubs. We have 28 clubs in District 912. And the clubs have been grouped into about 5. Some groups will be having a social walk by clearing the gutters wearing their orange color. And then another group will be taking a walkathon, and they will share their flyers to women and men. And then another group also will be going to the radio to have it broadcast in our local languages. We don't just want to be speaking English all over the place, because we want to reach out to the men. And then luckily for us, just of recent, we just got approval. We'll be going to the Ministry of Human Rights to speak to them so that they can collaborate with us and we can have a walkathon on either of the dates between the 25th and the 10th of December. We will walk all through the roads in Ikeja, all the way from their office down to Awolowo Road, and then we will come and end it under the bridge where we will talk to the women there. Of course, like I said, the groups have been divided, but more importantly, we'll be holding our meetings shortly so that we can brainstorm ideas and assign roles to all the different groups, and everyone knows that their creativity, their energy, and their voice matters. And so far, that's what we have for you for Orange the World in District 912. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Debbie, for presenting your 25th campaign. This is very inspiring and shows us how such campaigns can be planned for entire districts. Another special aspect in the different cultures of the inner real world was mentioned here. Talking with religious leaders about gender-based violence and raising their awareness of enormous importance. Such activities also brings clubs of districts closer together and keep the inner wheel spirit flowing. Thank you a lot and all good luck to Nigeria, and we are waiting for the pictures after all the campaign.
Definitely.
Well, after hearing about such great plans from many corners of the inner wheel world, we now want to share a European example. Our friends in the Netherlands have been supporting the UN Women campaign for many years now, and I welcome Gees. She was described to me as a connector and very experienced person organizing actions, especially for the Orange the World campaign. She tells us what her club has planned for this year. Gees, please share your ideas with us.
Thank you, Corina. I am Gees from Inner Wheel Zeeuws-Vlaanderen, the Netherlands. And I am excited to share our Orange the World awareness campaign. We're a team of 6 women's clubs organizing walks across 3 municipalities. We want to include everyone, boys, girls, men and women. And we are partnering with women's clubs, municipalities, schools, youth workers, cinemas and libraries. I highlight 3 key points. And the first one, we are using QR codes. Our walk is unique. We go from sign to sign, encouraging conversations along the way. Each sign has a question, with the answer on the next sign. QR codes link to short videos or documents and spark discussion. Yeah, thank you. Can you please show the short movie? Thank you, Yuxan, for showing the short movie. That's how we use our QR codes. We also ask local citizens to create videos with questions and answers on the signs. Everyone starts walking on November the 25th, and the signs stay up for the entire 16-day campaign, as people can walk anytime. We invite women's and men's clubs, youth organizations, schools, officials, friends, neighbors, and family. The second point I want to explain, we want to include youth on our awareness walk. This summer was difficult in the Netherlands. There was significant violence against women and girls. Next year, the theme is digital violence, a critical issue for young people worldwide. We're partnering with schools and youth workers to organize a youth awareness walk with questions, the QR codes and videos. The route visits youth centers so students learn what youth workers do and Teachers and coaches walk alongside students, creating opportunities for meaningful discussions about Orange the World. And the last point, engaging men's service clubs. Most perpetrators are men, but not all men are perpetrators. We've been visiting men's service clubs, the Lions, Round Table, Rotary, to talk about Orange the World. These conversations spark good questions, discussions, and ultimately a mind shifts. The clubs have come beyond our basket and support us. Let this do together, men, women, boys and girls. Unite in action. Thank you.
What do you all think? Isn't it a brilliant idea working with QR codes? A very efficient, effective, and modern way to spread diverse information. It is also a good idea to involve the younger generation, inform them, and raise awareness at an early age. And like Chris said, we need to involve men in this topic. They must become our role models. Thank you again, Chris, for your talk and sharing your brilliant ideas. Brava, are we done now? I feel something else is coming up.
Yes, the speakers may be done, but now it's time to tell our members what support they will get from the Unite Inner Wheel Unite team. Yoksan, please maybe have the video.
Okay, thank you very much for that beautiful film. I think Yuksan again made this beautiful presentation of all the things we are going to do. Thank you, Yuksan. It was
Wonderful.
brilliant. From Prabha, I
Yes,
received some questions, right?
that's right. They were on the chat, Anita. If you could
Yes.
address a couple of them.
Yeah, I can. So let me start. Again, the question arose, like we heard Marije already say about how can we get men involved, and we also heard Gees. I think what Marije was saying, like, okay, ask your husband, your sons, your family members, their clubs. Go to gyms. Gyms are also places where you can find men. I mean, try to find as wide as possible, as broad as possible, as much as possible, different clubs, men's clubs. I mean, not men's service clubs, but also other clubs where you find men, and they will be interested. When you come into a men's service club and do your presentation, which we use always the PowerPoint on our website or webpage, you will run into reactions like, "What? Really? Oh, my daughter." So you are really giving them help in raising their daughter, and also ask for their help. Like, you are not there to be like, oh man, you are man and you are bad. No, ask them for their help. So that is the answer. Is that a good enough answer on how to involve men?
Let's try.
Rama, is that
I
good
think
enough?
so. I
Yeah?
think so.
Okay. Question for you and women. Since money is very important for this issue, how is fundraising organized?
I think she answered that.
Yes, I think so too. But we can, of course, link you. Marije promised me to send her PowerPoint, so you can find all the information on that PowerPoint. We will put it also on our webpage. So everything is to be found on our webpage. There was also a question about having a kind of a flyer or a poster. I think we can work on that, of course, as a Unite team. But we also, if you use the right logos and so on, you can also use your own creativity. That is also very, very nice to do. Like, use your own creativity. Of course, we can make an example and put it on the webpage. If that is the wish of you all, we will do that. Isn't it, Sandra? We can do that, right?
Right. Oh.
Yes, we can do it.
Yes, because Sandra is, as you might know, the big designer in our team, next to Yoksan, of course. Good. Any more questions I need to address?
I think at this stage, we once again have to give all our listeners the internet, the link, the address to find our homepage, where we have a lot of information, where we have a lot of download possibilities of the logos, where you find speeches, where you find all the presentations, the Zooms we had already. So maybe we should give you again our internet address to the homepage. Joost, I think it's the best you are telling us how can we find all the information.
Okay, you just go to IW for Innerwheel dash orangetheworld.com.
So iw-orangetheworld.com. Try it. And as you know, we are always available on the chat in our WhatsApp group, so we can help you. And what I found out, try to find out if there are UN women's offices in your country. So this is very important. If there is an office, show up that you are supporting them, that we are a huge group, and so we can help United Women with their Orange the World campaign. That's so important. See, here is our link to the homepage.
We can share it in all the groups.
Yes, we will do it again and again, always.
Yes. And we share it also. We have these WhatsApp groups, these international WhatsApp groups, and in the top of that WhatsApp group in the description.
Description.
You can find all the materials, the link to the materials, the link to the webpage, everything. So let us know what we can do to help you.
While we were listening to all these fantastic speeches, a few questions came up. We answered them already, I guess. If there are more questions, please send them to us. We will answer it as well. Thanks for that. The members of our Unite team filtered all the questions down, and we will still looking on the chat. So please feel free if you have some more questions. We try to help you. But now we are getting closer to the end. A very big thank you to all participants today, but especially to the speakers. You gave us so much information and inspiration. Prabha, what do you think?
Absolutely. This campaign, the Orange the World campaign, resonates with each one of us as a woman. And it is our chance, globally, to stand up and be heard, an opportunity to make visible what often remains unseen. All the best to our fellow members as we plan our campaign. And it will be live from the team very soon while we watch videos.
Last week, I took part in a Zoom meeting of the working group Orange the World within Innerwil. And I was really inspired by what I experienced in that group. There were women from all over Europe trying to stop violence against women. And I realized this is really a huge problem we have on an international side. It is not only in one country, but we have it all over the world, and we have it in all social classes. What inspired me was that the women sitting there and talking with each other, they had so much creativity, they had so much knowledge. They were so close to really stop this violence against women. And they realized that we have to make violence against women more visible. We have to try to understand the roots, the causes of violence against women, and we have all an influence, an impact to try to stop the cycle of violence. I thought during the meeting that if I had known that Innerwil is trying to stop violence against women in this project, I would have tried to join Innerwil much, much earlier. And it became clear that we can solve this problem only by working together, women and men. When I was asked at the end of the meeting whether I would like to support this project, it was an easy answer for me. It was, yes, of course, with great joy and full commitment. My name is Friederike Hamm, and I'm from the Innerwil Club in Wiesbaden-Kurpark in Germany. I have been member for only 3 years at Innerwil, and today I serve as a vice president of our club.